Alright, guys. So, I just watched episode 5 of Kaguya-sama today. And did that just happen? Did that actually just happen? I didn't realize how appropriate my shirt would be today until I was halfway through the episode. But, yeah, we really just had a rap battle episode. Alright, enough of that though. Welcome back to the channel, guys. As I said, we're here to talk about episode 5 of Kaguya-sama, and what a fun episode we had, you know? What an absolute joy of an episode. I was dying of laughter so much going through this episode. It's kind of crazy. So let's just kind of get into it, because it felt like a blast from the past, guys. We went back to 90s MTV in this episode. So let's kind of get in and talk about it. So, Shirogane has been trying to figure out ways to answer what Hayasaka has said previously in the season, where she told him that no one will ever love you unless you're acting, unless you're putting on a front. Which that really affected him, because that's a really extreme thing to say, you know? It really shows her mindset and how she views things, you know? It really shows that she feels like unless she's putting on a fake face, no one will ever truly care about her, you know? And that's sad. So he's been thinking of a way to try to answer those feelings of her, to try to address it. And he figured he would do rapping, because as you know, he kind of scarred her a little bit last time they were together with his rapping abilities. He kind of quite literally knocked her out. He was so terrible. So he enlists the help of Chika to help him get better at rapping. And these are some of my favorite segments in the show, guys. Every time these two are working on something together, it's usually singing. Every single time they're working on something together are by far some of my favorite scenes in the whole show. It's just so funny and adorable. How she described that he's got no tone and rhythm as two demons, two endgame bosses merging together to make a new boss. That shit had me dying. But, as you know, he's terrible. And this is like a running gag of the series where he's terrible at something and she's got to coach him through it, you know? So we spent a good majority of the episode doing that. And turns out she doesn't know much about rapping either. With her words quite literally being, yo, I thought I could just get my way through it adding yo at the end of it. Like, like what? It was very funny. So they go on a crash course teaching her so she can teach him. And it was quite good. And she eventually does become a master at rapping. So it's finally time to teach Shirogane. And his whole goal is to express how he feels and to answer Hayasaka's question. So of course, he calls her out and says, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Can you meet up with me? And of course, as this show goes, Kaguya's listening in the background. And of course, misunderstandings ensue, of course. So they meet behind the school after lots of intensive training. And Chika's with him. And of course, Kaguya tags along because she doesn't know what's happening. To her, this is a date. And in a way, it kind of is, but... But you know, Miyuki starts rapping, Shirogane, and he's not bad. When he was doing his performance, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, this actually isn't that bad. We literally went back to, like, 90s MTV, and when they were pulling her along on the little... I don't want to say bike, on the little thing where Kaguya was pulling her by the string, and then Miyuki was just behind them doing all the stuff, it really felt like old school MTV. And that shit was funny as hell. But of course, the whole point of it was to answer her question that you don't have to put on a face, that you can express yourself and show who you really are, and people will care about you. That's why I love this series, guys. They can take some serious topics and concepts like that and then just make them these ridiculously fun, over-the-top situations that just really showcases you the creativeness of the author. That they're able to do something like that and to make it fun and enjoyable and just an absolute joy to go through. I guess that's why this show has 3 seasons after all. And the manga is just so popular. Because Miyuki is able to express himself and to show how he feels to Hayasaka. And then Kaguya starts rapping, and she's pretty damn good too, actually. And I noticed the Queen reference in there, by the way, anime. I noticed the Queen reference. With the acapella stuff and all that. I noticed that. Very clever. But the whole point of it is to get Hayasaka to express herself and to show her real self. And then eventually she even starts singing. And we really see her break down a little bit. We really get a view into her inner psyche, into how she really feels. And it really is a breath of fresh air to see that side of her. Because they even say in their raps that she's closed off. She has so many alter egos. There's what'd she say, like a rail around her heart, they said at some point. And it really showcases how she barricades herself off from other people. But then when she's rapping, she's just saying how she just wants to be able to experience her youth as well. She spends all her time looking out after Kaguya. That we kind of forget that she's a student of the school too, you know? She's a second year of the school. She wants to experience her youth. She wants to have fun. But she spends all her time working, looking out after Kaguya. And just to see her finally expressing herself a little bit, like truthfully, is honestly just, it's awesome, guys. It really is. It puts a smile to your face. I went from dying of laughter to smiling a really toothy grin. Because this show just does that to you. This show really gets you through all the emotional spectrum, you know? And that's why I think I love this show so much. You know, I was thinking some outlandish stuff. Like, oh, there's some better shows this season than Kaguya. But I don't know, dude. After this episode, I really don't know. I think this episode really showcased how incredible this show can be. With the range of emotion it can bring you through. And you know, at the end of the episode, she just said she wanted a friend. She wanted a male friend. The whole time. Because she spends all her time with Kaguya and all that. So she just really wanted a male friend she could talk to. And Shirogane has become that person. Or, sorry, MC Miyuki has become that person. Man, this show is just great, guys. Truly one of the best series, I think, out right now. Honestly. If you really, like, sit down and just break it down, I really do believe that. It's just, I don't know. And even at the end, the little teaser we got, she's like, or Kaguya's like, oh, you just wanted a friend, huh? You just wanted to be President's friend? And then she's teasing like, well, maybe I just wanted to start off as friends. And it's just, God, just Hayasaka supremacy, dude. Like, can we really even argue she's not best girl of the series? Like, can we even argue that at this point? Like, let me ask you, what is your guys' argument against it? I'm listening. I'm listening, guys. Hello? My ears are open. Like, what is the argument? I really don't think there is one. But just what a great episode. And that ending was incredible. You know, it sucks that we skipped the opening this week. It sucks a little bit. But we got such an incredible ending. Dude. They put so much effort into their endings. It's crazy. It was very fun. And I just loved it. But you guys let me know in the comments how you felt about this episode. I thought it was great. We really got to see a side of Hayasaka that I honestly hope we see more, honestly. Like I said, best girl, dude. We need more screen time. I'm sure everyone that's read the manga in the comments is like, yo, I've been waiting for this episode. Yo, this is it, guys. Everyone pay attention. But I loved it. It was great. You guys let me know how you felt about it down below. I really want to know. Because this was the best episode this season by far of Kaguya-sama. But that'll be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. And remember, you don't need to put on a face or lie to people to be loved, guys. Just be yourself. I promise you, there's someone out there that will love you for you. For all your faults, all your quirks, all that. I guarantee there's someone out there that will love you for you. Until next time, guys. Deuces, and have a blessed day.